Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Watch Soup Sunday nights, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here in the United States and in Canada and all over the world, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. Sanjay, my man, my co-host, how are you? You did a great job with Chaz last weekend. Um,
Thanks.
how are you, man? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah. It feels like it's been forever. We've been chatting, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's nothing like actually talking to each other. So
right.
yeah, it's good to see you, and I'm doing well. I
Yeah,
had to work yesterday, so I'm a little more
mm,
beat than normal,
yeah.
but I get tomorrow off. So
Excellent.
yeah, I'm gonna probably go to my AD, see what happens.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, we'll see.
So wait, so before we get to see what's on your wrist, well, tell us what's on your wrist, and then I want to follow up that AD question.
Yeah, on my wrist is the Planet Ocean.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna pack the car with some watches?
I I think so. Um, not some watches, maybe one. Um, I may take the Seiko,
The Alpinist?
so the SPB 213.
Okay.
I may
Mm,
trade that in for something else. I'm really hankering for blue dial, and it's been driving me up the wall. So
you're such a pro. You're just like a pro flipper, man.
yeah,
You know.
I'm slowing down though. At least it feels like I'm slowing down.
Well, okay. I mean, says you.
Yeah.
Um,
How are you doing? What's on your wrist?
Well, wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. So Blue Dial, do you
Yeah.
have like another Grand Seiko in a Blue Dial, or are you
Uh,
open?
well, no, I don't have. I I really like this Grand Seiko. I talked about it a couple of times in my live stream. The SBGR 321. There's an issue I have with it is the script at the bottom of it.
Hmm.
It's a little ugly. The
Okay.
automatic, it's too big and it's kind of plain.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I don't know if I'll just get a blue dial watch just to tide me over until I figure out what kind of blue dial watch I want. But yeah, that's the plan at least. I'll go see what they have. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll probably get a different Seiko, but you never know. Maybe I'll pivot and go with the Breitling Super Ocean 42. That's been on my mind for a while. The blue dial, like the all
Okay.
blue. Yeah.
So you're trending towards, are you trending towards dive watches? Like, I mean, that's
That's the thing. I don't know. I'm
uh-huh.
not. It's only at this snapshot in time I'm kind of into dive watches, but I know
Yeah.
overall I'm still more into dress watches than dive
Yeah.
watches. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I have that eternal battle with dive watches and dress watches. I love dress watches. I tend to
yeah,
gravitate a lot towards dive watches, and I'm reluctant to admit that maybe I'm also a dive watch kind of guy.
yeah,
But they're just like such great designs, you know. And so are the dress watches, right? But the dress watches I like are like up here, right, in price,
yeah,
right? For me, anyway. The watches could be up here, but they could be down here, and I can live with like expensive dress watches and not so expensive, more affordable dive watches. I think at the moment.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm always battling that because with a dive watch, I could just like throw it on my wrist and go. I think you're more comfortable wearing the dress watch as a daily than I am.
yeah,
You go to an office too. That also helps. I
yeah,
feel. I work from home and I'm surrounded by kids. You're surrounded by kids as well, but I mean, like not when you go to the office. So
yeah. Yeah, but then at the same time today I was putting together a chair, like a wooden chair,
yeah,
and I had drills and screws and nails all over the place,
yeah.
and I was wearing my alpinist reissue while doing it, so had
Okay,
no qualms about it.
good.
Uh,
That's awesome. I love to
yeah,
hear that.
yeah. Every watch is kind of. level for me.
Yeah.
They just get worn.
Yeah.
Whether it's 30 meters water resistance or 300 600 meters water resistance, it's all level for me. But except when I'm mowing the lawn,
Yeah.
then I will always throw a G-Shock on
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Fair
easier
enough. I mean,
vibration.
me too. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. I got my Jaeger and Benzinger. I put it back on the leather strap. I had it on that
nice.
um,
Beats right.
bracelet, that
Oh,
Milanese, whatever that.
right. Yeah,
But it feels better. It feels better on a leather strap. I was away last weekend. I was at a wedding, and I had my Kadoke 2 on, and
yeah,
with my suit, and nobody cared. Nobody cared
yeah.
except for me. And I was just looking at, just taking the suit and just pushing it the sleeve back. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
And enjoyed it. So let's say we say hello to the chat,
Yeah.
and then we'll get to talking before we hit to some of the topics or topic videos. I want to talk about a couple of things first. So
Yeah.
let's say hello to everybody. Hey, there's Mr. Casio. How you doing? Jason Design Atelier. What's up? Chaz from the Berg. How you doing? Hey, Blue Shirt Buddha's here. What's up, buddy? Um, hey, Craig G. What's going on, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining. Hey, Nilo, my man. Nilo 5280 is here. Bill K is here. Hello, watch obsessed friends. Yes, we all are. Let us know what you're wearing, Bill, and everybody else on the chat too. We'd love to know. Uh, Zhao Zhang, how you doing? I think I'm saying that right, Zhao Yang. Hey, Sam's here. Sam from Sands of Time, all the way from Australia. Love it. Joe, how you doing, Joe? What's going on? How you doing? Um, AZ Clayton's here, of course. Mr. Time Hill with the mic drop caseback watch last week, the
Yes. Oh.
datograph. Awesome, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome watch. Caliber's here. Hey, Caliber, what's going on? Caliber with a couple submissions as well. Thank you very much for doing that last week. Kevin S is here. What's up, Kevin? Hey, there's Joey B. How you doing, Mr. Wilson? How you doing, sir? Congrats on your recent acquisition.
Oh,
Hey,
what do you
James.
got?
Oh, he got a Sea Dweller.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Congrats, man.
yeah. My friend James is here. Thank you, James. How are you? Jeffrey's here. What's up? Bobby's here. Sanjay is the Sri Lankan Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Yep. I don't turn green though.
Nah, he does it. Jason's wearing his G-Shock. Hey, Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh. Pacer with a huge win today at Buffalo. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up.
Okay.
Um, Dibs here. What's up? How you doing, Pale Horse? How you doing, sir? Ken, how you doing? Junior Johnson, what is up? How you doing? Let's see here. Ms. Casio, hey, Engineer Wannabe, take a look at the SBGP013. Do you know that right off the bat? What he's talking about?
I kind of do. I think that's the 60th anniversary with the gold medallion in the back. Uh, but but I used to have the SBGP 015. So that's another 9F quartz watch, blue dial with a blue ceramic bezel. I I want it back, so
Mm,
that might happen.
gotcha.
Clayton has that. Clayton from the Watchdog podcast.
Oh,
He owns that
James F. saying, drive safe before you get that blue dial.
one. Yeah.
Very
I'll,
true.
I'll lock away all the other watch boxes so that I
Those
don't.
those accident jokes are never gonna get old, Sanjay.
No.
We're gonna love it. Bobby, don't you like expensive anatomical dress watches? I think so. I'm sorry, I'm missing the reference there, Wilson.
I think he
My
means
bad.
like the Ulysse Nardin, like the erotic.
Oh, I do? I don't
Oh
know.
wait no, maybe he's talking about your Kadoki with the case back.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I do. I guess. All right. uh, Kevin S. A $1,500 diver watch looks better than a $1,500 dress watch usually. That's a good point, Kevin. I think I agree with you on that. Um, and you can get all the important stuff like the water resistance and timing bezel, which I actually always use
Yeah.
when I'm cooking pasta or timing something. Um, hey Mario, how you doing? He's rocking the Seiko BFK today. Hey Ms. Nine, what is going on? Uh, JCB is here. What's up? Okay. So, what I was alluding to today, big day in the United States. If you're a sports fan, if it's your American football fan, it is the first day, first game of the season. I'm not sure if you knew that, Sanjay, or not. Um, but I know you're a big football fan. World football. Um,
Used to be. I don't watch them as much as I used to.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what I was going to ask you is that big news in the Premiership League. Cristiano Ronaldo goes back to Manchester United, and I was going to ask
Oh,
you if
no
you
way.
were. Oh, I guess you didn't know. Okay. Anyway. All right. So
that's
that
that's
killed
really
that.
cool though.
That killed that. But you are a fan of German soccer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you? I totally forgot, and I probably jinxed my team into losing today. I forgot to wear anything that I superstitiously wear, like a specific shirt or a specific watch. But when you're watching your team, are you wearing? Is there a watch that you wear along with it, or is it just a jersey or something like that? Or you're not that as crazy as some of us are?
If I have a jersey, I'll wear it. Or in soccer or football, we call it a kit.
Yeah.
If I had the kit, I'll wear it. So, um, like in the previous World Cup, not this one that just ended, but the previous one, um, I have 3 teams that I follow pretty closely is the German national team, the Dutch national team,
Mm-hmm.
and, Croatia. Those are my 3
Hmm.
favorite teams. So, yeah, I have those three kits in my, arranged closet there, and, yeah, I'll throw them on if the game is on. Um,
Yeah.
I I used to only watch the Bundesliga, so the German league,
Yeah.
and my team was Bayern Munich, and it's
Yeah.
not because they're the best. I actually have a good reason for following Bayern Munich. They are ridiculously overpowered, but the reason why I watch Bayern Munich or I love Bayern Munich was when I was a kid. I saw Philip Lahm score a goal in the World Cup, and I said I'm gonna follow his team. And so Philip Lahm's team was Bayern Munich, and so turns out I became a Bayern Munich fan.
Okay.
You probably don't know Philip Lahm. He's legendary.
I do not. I do not. I mean, I
Okay.
know Bayern Munich. I mean, I
Yeah.
know that they're the team in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I don't. Yeah. Who is it again? Philip Lahm? Is that right?
Philip Lahm.
Philip
Yeah.
Lahm?
He
No.
he was a right back, I think. And he got moved into a center back position or center defensive mid position. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, really
But
cool.
but no watch. No watch. You don't wear a lucky watch. Do you have a lucky watch?
No, no. I'm actually very non-superstitious. So I'll do anything to counteract any superstition just to have a laugh. Like if the day's going well, a lot of people in the office they don't say anything about it. I was like, so I go because I know they're a little superstitious. I'll go, yeah, we're having a great day, and nothing could ever go wrong now. And they all
Yeah.
look at me and give me a scowl, but I'm just giggling away about doing that.
Oh,
So,
Sanjay, you.
but yeah, I'll do that. I'm anti superstitious. So
You're living dangerously.
my mom is very superstitious, which is probably why I'm non superstitious.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha. Yeah,
I'm
my mom.
religious though.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um, Joey B, go Birds. Big Eagles fan. Mrs. Legs was very happy with the Eagles winning today as well. Joe, do you wear a game day watch? I would like to hear what you wear if
wasn't
you
it?
do.
Wasn't it? Wasn't he wearing his Zenith Defy?
Was that yesterday or was that today?
Feel like he was wearing it for two match days in a row at least. I
Oh,
saw some pictures, but
Bobby likes, did you get Fitzmagic hurt? I did not, man. But quarterback position in the Washington football team is always, who knows? Who knows? Um, Design, my watch is my team. My watch is my team, and no, I've never liked any purple and gold watch yet. Okay. Um,
I'm sure there's an Invicta that fits that bill.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Random Rob is here. How you doing? Kevin Pele of Germany. Ask Bobby if he remembers the New York Cosmos. I do remember the Cosmos. Um, Cosmos. Cosmos. All right. Yeah, they played in Giant Stadium, as I remember. Yeah, didn't Pele play for the Cosmos like at the end of his, like when he was like 105 or something like
I
that?
don't know.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
the
I mean,
Cosmos a soccer team?
what was that?
Is the Cosmos a soccer team?
It used so like back in the 70s or 80s, there was like a soccer, some sort of soccer league,
Oh,
and the
okay.
New York team was called the Cosmos. It's not the MLS now.
Okay.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Um, hey, Randy Rob's here. Hey, I remember Pele. I remember Pele too. Um, I saw Manchester United played a game here in Giant Stadium a few years back, and that was the big draw. Um, every once in a while, we'd get some good games,
Yeah.
good teams playing an exhibition game. Yes, Pele did play for the New York Cosmos. Yeah, I mean he was like 80 something years old at the time. He was like really old in his career. So
Serious? Wow.
yeah, no, I mean he really wasn't. He probably was in his 40s, but I mean
Oh,
like
okay.
he was like ancient. He wasn't you know
Yeah.
the Pele of his youth.
Right.
Uh, so then Beckenbauer, didn't he play in Bayern Munich? Beckenbauer, I feel like any
I'm not
German
sure.
guy.
I'm actually quite limited in history of. I know I recognize that name.
Oh, he did play
Um.
for Cosmos. I think Justin saying he played for Cosmos. I think he did too. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, okay. So that attempt to talk about sports kind of failed.
I
Pretty.
don't watch. I don't watch sports really. Only when I get a chance. No sports. No movies.
No sports. No movies about sports.
No movies about sports
Okay.
except bench warmers. I really like bench warmers.
So
It was
so
funny.
that's the sports movie. So okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's get into movie questions from the chat. Please fire away. You probably do better than with that than I am at this moment. um, okay, so let's wrap up Geneva days, watch days, right? So Chrono24, a gentleman on there, I forget his name was. He picked his top five favorite um, watches from that release, those release days, and I figured maybe Sanjay and I, maybe we could talk about some of our favorites and ask the chat what their favorites were, and then we'll put watch days to bed and move forward. So the gentleman, he picked the Urwerk UR 100, which is an amazing watch. At first, I was concerned because it was a gold watch, and gold, it's soft, but I mean it is a mixture of gold and silver and some other stuff. So I think it's more rugged than the normal gold case watch would be. It's got some crazy things going on. You had the Earth revolution around the sun indicator, and then the Earth rotation had the speed indicator on it,
Yeah.
along with all the other stuff that's going on in the movement. So crazy watch. Second pick was the Arnold Sun Globetrotter. Very nice looking watch, very big, very thick though, but a beautiful watch as is. The Bulova Octo Roma World Timer, and the DB3 DB25 GMT Starry variants, and the Oris Aquadate Upcycle. Sanjay, what were some of your favorites if you had one, and more importantly, what did you're an Oris guy? What did you think of this release, the Upcycle?
Well, I really like that Arnold and Son. I was
Mm,
really impressed with the price because he said it was around $20,000, and that looks far more expensive than $20,000. Um, I it was just, maybe it's because I'm really pining over a blue watch, but
Yeah.
man, that was a really nice shade of blue. It was it looked like it was really nicely finished. They were talking about the map looks so good, like
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if he misspoke, but he said that the map was full of superluminova.
Mm.
So I'm not sure if the globe was loomed as well, but I really like that. I think that would probably be my favorite because it's not egregiously priced.
Yeah.
It looks really nice, and I'm not sure about the size. Was it 42? I think it was 42.
45.
Oh, okay.
It was a big, it's a big watch.
Yeah. Well, probably wouldn't be able to wear it, but definitely enjoy it from afar.
Yeah.
But I uh, I I like the Aquis. I like
Yeah.
the idea of it,
Yeah.
but I don't like the fact that some people have mentioned this, but the fact that the text is going to disappear
Mm-hmm.
in certain dial configurations, I guess. Um, and I used to have the Clean Ocean, so that had a medallion in the case back that had the plastic medallion in the case back, and uh, there were certain parts of that medallion that was just see-through clear. It's where they must have missed some plastic,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just you'd see right through into the back of the case. And I wonder if they'd have that kind of issue with this one. Maybe not,
Yeah.
because then you'd see into the movement, right? But
Right.
it would be interesting to see uh, whether the plastic is more condensed when they were building this this block of plastic to cut the dial discs out of. Um, and yeah, I'd like to see one in person. I hope maybe I'll see one tomorrow if they have have one there. But
It comes in a 36 as well, right? A 40.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one Jenny L got. She purchased one. Um, but yeah, I really like the 41.5
Yeah.
mil size because I feel like that's the best aqua size, even on my smaller wrist. It if it, when it gets too small, it becomes like a puck, like really too thick, but really small, and it kind of feels like it's off balance. But when it's when it's larger, that thickness is spread out in a certain way. So yeah, really enjoyed the upcycle.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite watch from Geneva Watch Days?
Well, I mean, I do, and it's one of his picks, and it's the Bulgaria World Timer, the DLC coded one. I just love that watch. I like Bulgari, right? And I like the Octo. I like the Octo Finissimo line the most, but the Octo Roma line, I mean, which this is part of, is great too. And it came out with uh, also the stainless steel version with the blue dial, which looks great, but for some reason that I don't know that DLC, man, that's a beautiful watch, and I dig it. I think it would be a great like travel watch as well because it kind of flies a little bit under the radar,
Yeah.
and I like the price. I mean, look, it's expensive. I mean, but I mean, not compared to some of the other watches that we've seen. 83, $8,400 is, I guess, reasonable, right? I mean, once you're, I know
Well,
that's crazy.
I was saying the Arnold and Son was reasonable, so I think you'll get a
Yeah,
pass.
yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, let me get a pass on that. But I mean, like practicality, like I would wear that watch. I would wear the heck out of that watch, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a cool watch. I like that, and the ridiculous and that D bassoon, the starry variants is a beautiful watch. So is the artwork, very gorgeous pieces. Um, I'm trying to think. I wasn't a big fan of the Oris
Yeah.
of scale. I mean, like I like what they're doing with it. I like the whole idea, like you said. Just not for me.
Yeah.
And it goes also with like the whole thing with like I just can't wrap my head around Oris yet.
Yeah, I
You
hear you.
know, and I think there was some other great pieces. The Moser Streamliner Perpetual Calendar is conceptually cool as well. Although
Mhm.
at that price range, I mean, I think there's so many other options. And if I was going Perpetual Calendar, and I think I mentioned this like a week or two ago, like it'd be more dressier. But
Mm.
I just like the Streamline series in general, and the Green Dragon is a beautiful watch. I'm trying to think some other pieces that really grab at me. I mean, I mean, there was just so many,
Yeah.
but that Bulova for me was lights out. Anyway,
Hmm.
chat, let us know what you guys think. What was your favorite piece in the release? I know it wasn't part of Geneva Days, I believe, but around the same time, what got released was the Glajut original, the Pano inverse that has the guilloche on it, and I think for me at the moment, right, and we're 9.5 months into the year, that might be my favorite release of the whole year,
Really? Wow.
because I love Glazut,
Yeah.
Glashut, as Wolfgang told me to say, Glashut. Um, but I just and I'm not that, and I like the panel line. I don't like the panel inverse in general, but really really like that one
Yeah.
release. Yeah, Joey, the Chapek releases were awesome as well. Um, beautiful watch. Amazing, just amazing.
So
Um,
that would be the Antarctic, the split seconds, right?
yeah, it was a chrono. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
yep. Uh, Chaz agreeing with Joey there. Yeah, I mean that was also another great watch as
Yeah.
well. I when I fantasize a lot about some of these watches, I try to imagine them or try to. I give more credence or more interest to the ones that I think like I conceptually could afford, right? So that's why the Bulova is very tempting to me, even though some of these other watches are beautiful. And I would, if money was no object, I would take them in any in flat, like no, what I'm forget what I'm trying to say, but I would just take them. Like I would just go for them, of course.
Yeah.
But the affordability always sneaks in the back of my head, and I can't live that fantasy role of just like, oh, if money was unlimited. So
Yeah.
that's why something like the Bolivar is really attractive.
Yeah, I hear you. It's kind of hard for me to like dissociate from what I can, the ballpark I'm playing in, to try and, take a look at those brands like the Debatoon, however you pronounce that.
Hmm.
It's it's beautiful. It looks fantastic, but it's hard for me to get excited knowing that I'll never own one. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just a mind thing. I have to kind of figure out how to dissociate to really appreciate those watches. That's why I love the Arnold and Son. I'm like, oh hey, I could feasibly eventually get one.
yeah.
But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And apparently, Keith, yeah, I went to the AD and saw the new 41 and a half Cal 400 in green. I love it. The dial looks even better than my green one, and I like it too much to let it go. Or I have two, but it's crossed my mind. Yeah. So is that I haven't seen that green Oris. I know it didn't come out in Geneva Days, but since it's brought up, have you seen that watch
Yeah,
in
yeah,
person?
it's really nice.
Yeah.
Very Hulk-like, I guess. Very vibrant green. I think it's the same dial as the Hong Kong limited edition that they
Yeah.
released last year. So,
What was I saying, Kevin? Was I saying Boulevard? I'm sorry, the Bulgaria wall timer. I'm sorry.
oh,
It
okay,
was the
okay.
Bulgaria. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out which Bulova.
Yeah. No. I always those two.
Yeah, I hear it.
I know they're completely worlds apart, but I always say Bulova. But I meant Bulgaria. Thank you for the correction, Kevin. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah, the Chapek Egertique Retropont was a jaw dropper for sure. Um, awesome. Okay, so let's move on to your pick, and it was a Bruce Williams Rolex versus Omega, Sub versus Seamaster, this or that video. Sanjay, take it away.
Yeah, yeah. So I know a couple of you are probably just groaning right now because this is not the kind of video we'd like to discuss. But um, that said, though, there was something about this video that rubbed me the wrong way, and maybe it was entirely on purpose. And I feel like it might be. Bruce is kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, and he doesn't mind making other people cringe a little bit. So I um but to basically summarize the video, he was talking about, how he owns both the Rolex and the Omega, and he was basically saying, the Rolex is a better watch, and I entirely agree. I entirely agree that the Submariner is a far, well, it's a better watch than the Seamaster. Um, Mainly because, he was talking about just the fact that the fit and finish just felt a little bit better. I would add that, it has white gold indices. It's thinner. It just feels a bit more premium. And I've owned the Seamaster. I'm wearing my Planet Ocean as well. The Omega has the see-through case back with the nice finishing. But, anyway, he was just eventually saying, hey, the Rolex is the better watch. The part that rubbed me the wrong way, not the first time, but the first time he was talking about, oh, I'm gonna have my bingo card here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try and insult as many as you as possible, offend as many of you as possible by saying this. And when I first heard it, I was like, haha, yeah, that's funny. But then he mentioned it again at the end, near the end, and then he mentioned it again, and about how he was trying to offend as many people as possible, offend the Omega fanboys or the Rolex fanboys, and uh, stuff like that. And I was just I was um I was really cringing at
yeah,
the end there. And yeah, again, I realized he was probably doing it on purpose, but assuming he's not, uh what really it just felt, the reason I'm cringing is it felt so sad. And it was like, he's it's like he was lying to himself.
mm,
um Assuming this wasn't all on purpose, but it felt like he was lying to himself, and he really does care about people, and how, they might call him a fool, or pointy haired guy, or stuff like that. He was insulting himself in the video, and he was laughing and saying how, haha, you can't offend me, and then he said again, haha, you
yeah,
can't offend me. And when you say it that many times, you're like, maybe there's a deeper problem here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see why anyone would get offended about this video. It was a really well put together argument for the fact that the Rolex is a better watch. There was a bit of talk about how you can't get the Rolex, so even if you do go with the Omega, you're not really settling. I would kind of disagree with that, in the fact that you are kind of settling if you wanted a Rolex and then you turn around and
yeah.
got an Omega. But uh, yeah, in the end, I was just felt really icky after that video. But I don't know if you got the same feeling at
Yeah,
all.
I mean, look, I think he was having poking a little fun
Yeah.
at himself and at everybody, and about this whole Rolex versus Omega thing, as video, as content on YouTube. It was kind of funny to me. And you brought this up just at the end there about about settling. If you can't get the Rolex, um, you won't be settling by getting the Seamaster because it has this, but it's still not as good as a Rolex. So he kept on. So basically, he was saying that to me, that you are settling if you get the Seamaster and not the sub. That's what it made it sound like, even though he tried his best not to make it sound that way. And maybe that was the whole point of this whole thing, or one of the points that he was trying to make. Um, yeah, look, these videos, well, maybe not this one specifically that Bruce did, but these Rolex versus Omega, the sub versus C Masters, they're never gonna go away.
Yeah.
They're gonna get clicks. People are still gonna watch them. People are still gonna get angry about them. Um, and it is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, people like a Rolex and they like Omega, and some of us, are not clearly on one side of the argument or the other, and likes to hear what other people have to say about it, because I think deep down inside we want to be convinced, we want to take a side.
Mhm.
And so most people, like in life, are right in the middle. And so yeah, I, I I think he was having a little fun. He was
Yeah.
having a lot
Yeah,
of
I'm
fun at
sure he
himself.
was too, but yeah, it was Yeah, I still really don't get why people get so upset. I'm
Yeah,
sure he's probably been, roasted in the comments in the past, and
yeah,
that's kind of sad. But I don't get what's so upsetting about this video, and maybe I'm just naive. I see, it's someone's opinion,
yeah,
and that's great.
yeah,
We all have an opinion. Um I would agree with him. The Rolex is the better watch, but I prefer to support Omega because of the nonsense going on with Rolex.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's just an opinion.
yeah,
People don't need to get bent out of shape.
yeah.
But yeah,
No, people do definitely get bent out of shape in comments because, well, first of all, you can just type anything, right, without any consequence. Especially when you're dealing with somebody via YouTube or social media wise, right? It's harder to get away with those kind of comments when you're face to face with somebody, and societal norms takes over, and you try to treat each other with politeness. When you're typing on the way, your keyboard warrior, people will feel free to let it go. And I think,
right.
you probably have had experienced that with some of the comments. I know I have, many times with my hands or with just like my opinions in general. And people have questioned my intelligence, which, it's rightfully so. You should question my intelligence. um, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
So
I had a funny comment the other day. It was really offensive, but I chose to swallow the the,
yeah,
the anger.
yeah. Let's hear it.
I was told that I have a really ugly skin color.
Oh,
So
what?
yeah, wasn't a pretty comment, but I told
Yeah,
him to have a great day.
yeah.
So yeah,
I think you handled that marvelously.
thank you.
I think you have a very pretty skin tone.
Oh, thank you. I think you do too.
Thanks, man. Moving on, Design Atelier, Bobby Legs. I managed to review a Richard Mille that cost 238K. It made me appreciate it more after 1 hour of time with it. I won't own one, but reviewing one is the next best thing. Yeah, awesome. That's good. That's great, Jason. Looking forward to seeing that review. Um, B Dev, he's had enough. He's like, that's enough already with that. All right, just clickbait. Um, I hear you. I hear you. Let's see here. Hey, Paul. Good evening. How you doing? Um, Zhao is saying it was super redundant. If you've watched any Bruce Williams, he's given his take a lot of times. Yeah, yeah. I think the, the conversation keeps coming up. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mhm.
it's not going to go away, and so maybe he's developed a new thought or maybe taking a different angle. He was trolling. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Paul saying my brother just got a Seamaster Professional, and the first thing he asked is it as good as a sub. I lied. I love my brother. uh, oh boy. Okay.
Hey, it's better in certain aspects. So
Yeah. Sure. Um, Kevin is I like Bruce's channel when he's focused on affordables. I tend not to watch too much anymore. Uh, he's like, Nilo saying, are you selling if one is not in your current price range? That's a good question. I mean, like, if you can afford Seamaster Professional, maybe you would prefer to have the sub, but you can't afford it. Are you settling by having this Seamaster Professional? Well, let's say you're not even comfortable spending. What's the no date Rolex in the United States goes for around 8,100. You're not going to get um, a discount on it. You're probably not going to get it anyway, unless you get lucky or try very hard, or put in the effort. Um, Seamaster Professional, on the other hand, I don't know what those MSRP for, but I'm sure you can get a discount on it and probably get one new for under 5, right?
Mhm.
In
Yeah.
US, maybe
Or
even low 4s or something like
yeah.
that, or high 3s, whatever. But you do get a whole lot of watch.
Mhm.
If you can't afford it, like, so, like, at the end of the day, then, like, any watch that I buy, I'm settling because I can't get a datograph or a Nautilus, right? So I think when you're working with a specific price range, I don't think you can see this as settling. You're doing the best what you can with what you have. So
Yeah.
it's a good question.
Yeah. Thought provoking.
Um, Dave's saying, ideally, I prefer which is right for you, framing it, which is objectively framing over which is objectively better. Dave, that's a great way to look at it. I agree. Um, AZ Clayton, Rolex cannot provide Sanjay with enough watches considering how he flips. That's true,
There
man.
you go.
You are a pro, man, when it comes to flipping.
Hey, I'm still on a watch fast. Like 40 days, I think. I'm around the 40-day mark. So I'm slowing down, I'm telling you.
But okay, all right,
And
uh,
before that it was 47 days.
yeah, all
So
right. Well, I mean, you're just buying them less frequently. I don't know if you're really fasting.
no, no, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, you're just waiting. You're just waiting
Yeah.
for the right one and the right opportunity. Speaking of watches, I'm up to, I think it's 63 days.
Yeah.
63 days. Things might be happening, but we'll talk about this at a later time.
Yeah.
Um, Wilson, you're a good man, Sanjay. People are idiots. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sanjay, you look great.
Thank you, sir.
Sanjay, maybe the guy needs a new monitor, or maybe he's a racist. What do you think?
Yeah, it only bugged me for all of like 10 seconds, and then
Yeah,
I chose to be happy, you
yeah.
know. Yeah.
No, that's a good way to take it. Kevin S., it's all about the views. Yeah. If you're comparing something to another product, just buy the other product. Hmm, okay. Um, just an art, get a blank pane, and nobody will know what you have, but better than all. Chad's saying it depends on if you really want a Seamaster professional. If you don't really want one, it's settling. The Seamaster is a professional is objectively less expensive and more available than the sub, so it's clearly the choice for me. Time Hill, you're not settling. There's enough out there to find an alternative that you are happy with. Agreed. Agreed. For sure. Sanjay has slowed down to a stop, so watch out for something big soon. Sanjay buys 2 watches at a time. Okay. And get a Panerai. Yeah, why not?
Hmm.
It's only a fast if it's intentional.
Yeah. Good point.
Time Hell, what is a watch fast? Do not understand the concept. You know what it is. Okay, so let's move on to our final video. And this one is a Hodinkee, the best watch to buy that will still be desirable 20 or 30 years. So the one of the questions that was asked was what watch will still be desirable 20 or 30 years from now. The person who wrote the question was looking for a watch that he can gift to his daughter. He's got a daughter now, and he wants to be able to gift something to her 23 years in line that'll still be like acceptable or good looking or whatever. But here's the thing. I don't care. I stopped the video at what I forget the guy's name who was doing the video.
Jack Forster.
Yeah, Jack Force, because I think maybe he probably was going down the OP route, but I mean, like that wasn't for me the whole point, and I'm not selecting this video because I want to give my 2 cents about what watch is going to be desirable in 20 or 30 years. The guy said in the question, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit here, that he wants to get a watch that will still be desirable 23 years from now, but in the meantime, he wants to wear it, right? He
Hmm.
wants to be able to wear it. He wants to be able to have a size where he can wear it and pass it down to his sister, to his daughter when she's of age. And I call BS. I call BS on this guy because this guy is just basically doing, trying to figure out a way so where he can buy a watch and probably explain it away to his wife. That's my guess here. This is not a noble cause. And the reason why I take such a strong stance in this is because I too have said that about my kids and my watches in the past, that these watches are going to go to them. This watch is means something here. I got it on my daughter's birthday when she turned 1, and I got to keep it because I'm going to give it to her 20 or 30 years from now. I'm calling BS on myself. I just want the watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be a man about it. Chances are my kids are not going to be into watches. Just like, law of averages. We as watch enthusiasts are a very, very small group here. And yes, some of us pass it along to our kids, and then our kids get involved as well with the hobby. But I guarantee you, most of us don't have that experience. And I call BS. And I think this guy should be a man about it and just admit it to his wife that he's just buying a watch for himself, and that maybe he'll give it to his daughter because chances are he'll flip that watch anyway.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Same
I agree
K.
with you. I agree with you because I did the same thing. Um, I flipped the Oris Aquas Clean Ocean twice. I got the Clean Ocean, or I accidentally wore the Clean Ocean to the birth of my third
How
child,
dare you?
and I flipped it. It
How
was
dare
too
you?
thick. But the excuse was I even took the watch wrist shot with him like freshly born, and with the watch, and
Yeah.
be like, yeah, in 20 years I'm gonna give this watch to him, and he's gonna see this beautiful picture that I took. Yeah, that went out the window.
Yeah.
um, so I mean, maybe the guy has good intentions. I had good intentions. um, and then I had a Grand Seiko that I bought on the birthday of said child, first year birthday, and yeah, that went away too. So yeah, it's just an excuse. I agree with you. Looking at myself, I don't even do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I believe that there are enthusiasts out there who truly believe, and with the kindness of their heart, that they have these specific watches that mean something to them that they will pass on to their kids, and it will have equal meaning to their kids. Um, my kids are going to get my watches, whatever is there at the end of the day, whenever I, leave this planet, right? Like whatever it's there, it may be the same watches I have now. It may be a totally different set of watches. It may be all Casios with big numbers on it because I'll be blind, and that's what I need to, like, to look at, to be able to tell the time. But the notion for me, okay, that I'm buying anything with the intention, or telling myself that I'm buying this because I'm going to give it to my son or daughter because it has a significant meaning that I share with them at this moment when they're 4 and 2, is ludicrous. And I should just admit it to myself that it's not going to happen that way. I mean, like, I just buy a watch. Just tell myself I'm buying my watch. I'm buying a watch. All right.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Screw
But
you, kid.
that being said, what did you think of his picks? The
What
Grand
did he
Seiko.
pick? I,
He
I
picked.
stopped the video. I stopped the video right there. I was like, "This is BS." I was so angry. What did he
Yeah,
pick?
that's funny. He did pick the Oyster Perpetual,
Yeah. Okay.
um,
Sure. If you can get
Grand
one,
Seiko.
if the guy can get one. Oh,
Yeah,
Grand Seiko. Okay. Which
Grand
which
Seiko.
Grand Seiko? Just any?
They showcase like the Skyflake,
Okay.
SPGA 407, um, and Omega. So he was showing the Aquaterra. So really, yeah, really vanilla watches
Yeah.
overall, which makes sense if you want it to be somewhat in fashion 30 years from now. They kind of have to be kind of plain.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised he didn't pick Cartier. I would have thought
Yeah, yeah,
like a
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can go tank,
yeah. It's
right?
been the same watch for what, 80 years, 90 years?
Paul Rolex should have recommended a Bulgaria ceramic. That's funny.
Yeah.
Give his daughter an SMP. Is that the question? Th- that's funny. Zhao saying almost nothing is desirable 20 or 30 years from now. Yeah.
Yeah, you should just get the, like you said, get the watch he loves and just wear only that watch so that
Yeah.
he'd be associated with that watch. And then when his kids do get that watch, or his daughter gets that watch, yeah, it'll be sentimental value.
Sure.
But he's
Uh,
a watch guy, so that's not going to happen.
yeah, exactly. Kevin, buying a watch to pass down to your kids is just an extra goose. Yes, thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Uh, it only means something to you. Others may not find it as sentimental. So very, very true. I guess maybe Sanjay has a workaround with that and just wear the watch every day, and then my daughter's imprinted in her mind that this is the watch Daddy wears. But I mean, Daddy wears 10 different watches.
Yeah.
So
If it's a different watch every other day, then Daddy just wears watches.
B Dev with a hot take: Rolex Cellini, the next sleeper.
I can see
Cellinis are
that.
beautiful. Yeah, Cellinis are beautiful, man. I
Yeah.
mean, um, they don't get, as we know, they don't get the love. They're kind of like treated as the ugly, the redheaded stepchild of the Rolex family of watches. Um, but I don't know. But there's so many great dress watches in these price ranges, right?
Yeah.
So it's. I'd had to see one in person. I really, I did see one. I'm sorry, I take that back. I did see that one in person, maybe like around like 12 or 13 years ago, right? And I was kind of blown away by it. Actually, now
Yeah.
that I think about it, so
Which one was it? Was it the rectangular one, or
no, it was a round case.
okay,
Not the Prince
Prince? Yeah,
yeah, not that one. That's a cool looking watch too.
that's really cool.
Kevin S. My daughter will love the 44 millimeter Planet Ocean GMT at over 200 grams. Yeah, right. Paul saying whatever works. I convinced myself I need a crownless titanium watch for the mountain biking I'll never do. See, it's healthy. Mr. Casio, at least engraved, sell me on Chrono24 for 15K. Yeah, I mean, literally, seriously, like if any of my watches that I get to my kids retain any value or go up in price, I hope they sell them.
Mhm.
That's what they want. Speaking of, we did a video with Bruce, and Bruce kind of like came to this conclusion too. A while back, he had a couple of Rolexes that he was planning on handing down to his kids, and he came to the conclusion that that was ridiculous. And what he's done, he's put away money, a little bit every year to give to their daughters when they turn 18 or when they finish college, and they would probably appreciate, 10 or 20 grand cash when they're starting life, as opposed to, oh, here's a watch. But maybe I don't know. Maybe they could sell it for more, but whatever. No, I mean, I'll agree with Bruce on that one. It's silly.
Yeah, I know. I'm not giving my teenager 15 grand.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, right. That's true.
I wouldn't have given myself 15 grand. I
Yeah,
know I would have blown it on video games.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe you put it in a custodial like investment account, and that's how you do it.
That's true. Yeah.
Um, Justin, hand down the watch that is expensive as hell. That way, if they do not inherit the sentimental gene, they can cash out. Yeah, good point. Keller, I don't have kids, but I'm buying 5 watches just in case I have kids. Good one, man. Good one, man. Uh, yes, you want to watch, you won't flip, engrave it. I should do that. I should, whatever I have, like, if if I get to a certain age and I know that, it's not, I don't have too much more longer to stay on this earth, I'll engrave all my watches so my kids won't sell them and be like,
I'll, I'll figure out a way to flip an engraved watch.
yeah. Like, have a great Thanksgiving 2042. Bobby, my kids will inherit a pile of vintage Seikos that needs service. There you go. Awesome, awesome. Time Health, DHS is my just choice. Also, I think Chaz and Time Health agree that if you're gonna do this with the full intention of actually giving your child the watch, DHS is classic, right? Um, Absolutely, this is my padded room. Okay. To the answer to answer that original Hodinkee question, new Cartier solar tank would be the answer. Okay, strong move. Strong move.
He had
Uh,
10K though. I think the solar tank
oh,
would
was
be,
that the he had 10K? Okay.
yeah. He, you could get the automatic for that, right?
Yeah,
So
sure. Omega Deville, yeah, not a bad choice. Yeah, I mean Deville not as loved line, almost forgotten, right? But they're very good looking watches for sure. I can see it now. Son daughter sells watch to buy dad's coffin. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen with me. I feel.
I
Uh,
actually just learned about that. So I've never had to deal with the funerals or anything.
hmm
So I was just chatting with my boss, and he was talking about life insurance, and he asked me if I had life insurance. I said,
hmm
"No. Why do I need life insurance?"
Yeah.
And he was talking about, well, you don't want to throw that enormous expense on your family. And I was like, "What?
hmm
Like to get buried? It costs a lot of money?" And he was like, "Yeah, like 15-20K." And I was like, "What? Just throw me in the backyard."
Yeah, that's a little expensive. I don't think it depends. But I don't think it's. Yeah, I had to deal with that in the last couple years, and it wasn't that much, but I guess it could escalate with
Yeah,
anything.
that's
Um,
that's crazy.
but I totally lost what I was going to say, but that's okay. MD Chaz. Oh, we have a Chaz from Maryland. I don't think it's BS. I'm not going to inherit any watches, but I would like my daughter to experience that one day. She'd probably prefer a 36 millimeter watch over a 44 millimeter diver. Gold is her favorite color, though.
You get
Um,
a um two tone bluesy.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Caliber saying invest that money instead, and should become enough to buy a nice watch. Agreed. And have extra to do other things like pay expenses. Agreed. Yeah. Very good call. Put a little, stock into some more money into some of the stock in some of the companies that my kids like. I mean, not that they are stock picking, but they watch Disney, so maybe buy some Disney or maybe even buy some crypto. You never know. Reverso for a daughter. All right. MD Chess, Sanjay, adopt me. I want your SBGY003.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, yeah. Justin said, I'm going to have a Viking funeral. Set me out in a boat and light it on fire. Heck of a way to go.
That sounds
Agreed.
expensive.
No, well, I mean, it depends on what kind of boat, you know.
That's
Um,
true.
for a while there, I was kind of like hoping that when I pass away, like, some they would just prop me on a chair instead of in a coffin at the wake, and then just like have like somehow have my hand go like this, and then like some like tape going in the background saying thanks for coming.
That's got to be illegal.
Yeah, I mean it's probably at least if it's not illegal, it's definitely going to be frowned upon.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about funeral watches another time. Sanjay, what do you? What,
That's a good topic, actually.
yeah, yeah, watches to wear in a funeral when you're dead.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, what do you got going on this week other than the trip to the AD?
I will review something this week.
Yeah.
It will happen. I have set a boundary for myself. Don't know what, but either a Speedmaster or um,
hmm
a Planet Ocean, one of the Seiko Alpinist, one of the few that I have to review.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, Saturday. I didn't mention the topic last night. I still have to chat with everyone, see if they want to talk about it. But I was thinking last night we talked about satisfying things about watches. I kind of want to redo that, like have like half a live stream re talking about it, because I was kind of like really low energy last night. And I'd like to hear Torin and everyone else's Bobby's takes on that as well. But also, I'd like to talk about guilty pleasures when it comes to watches. So
Like
uh,
what kind of watch is like your guilty pleasure? Like brand
no, no, more
or
specifically, like an aspect of a watch that might be a guilty pleasure.
ah,
That some like maybe someone likes Radley bracelets. You know,
ooh,
I like Radley bracelets. That's
I
a
don't mind
guilty
them.
pleasure
I
of mine.
kind of like them too,
Yeah.
actually. Okay, but no spring bars though.
Okay.
No spring bars.
No more
No
spring
spring
bars.
bars. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. There's gonna be a video out. I'll have a something out tomorrow,
Yeah.
a review, and then Tuesday night watch chat on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be discussing our picks for the GPHD Grand Prix de Roger de Genève. I find it that it's better just to slur through that to get it out for for some of the categories upcoming. So we'll do that. Hopefully, we'll have Marcus there and hopefully Joe and maybe some others. And yeah, yeah. Looking no Friday night stream. It's just sticking to Tuesday and watch soup on Sunday. And and that's what I got, man. And Sanjay, you have a great week, man. Good luck
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Um,
you as well.
thanks, man.
Stay
Eh,
strong.
I'm gonna stay strong. We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah.
Tomorrow might be a day though. Tomorrow there might
Oh,
be
okay.
something going on. I'll
I'm
fill
looking forward
you
to
in.
hearing about it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you next Sunday. Take care.
See you guys.